午好啊，大家好，我係 Carmen，係 Alibaba.com cross border 呢邊嘅同事。咁就首先啦，想同大家打個招呼嘅，同埋想 confirm 你哋聽唔聽到我講嘢？如果聽到嘅，麻煩可唔可以喺 chat room 打個1字咧？好啊，稍等啊。好嘅，咁應該大家都清楚啦，聽到啦。好，咁就中午好啦，咁就非常歡迎大家今日咧，下午抽時間咧喺線上同我哋一齊去參加呢個 sharing 啦。咁咧今日咧個 agenda 咧係會分開2 part 嘅。第一 part 咧首先咧我咧就會介紹一下啦。咁阿里巴巴國際站咧，我哋一啲2022年啦全球一啲跨境貿易嘅新格局，咁包括係譬如話一啲產品嘅數字啦、產品嘅數據啦，咁同埋阿里巴巴上面嘅一啲功能嘅更新咁樣。咁然後咧下半 part 咧我哋就會邀請到一位買家啦，咁係美國嗰邊嘅買家咧，咁就同我哋今日咧會 sharing 下咧，究竟喺一個買家嘅角度，佢哋點樣去揾一啲喺平台上面採購嘅時候，佢哋有啲咩維度，或者佢哋係個search behavior 係點樣，去點樣揾一啲供應商咧？咁呢個我諗咧大家都應該會好想知嘅。如果大家有做緊外貿嘅朋友，咁好啦，事不宜遲啦，咁我就開始咧首先開始我個 part 先啦，就會講一講頭先講過會介紹阿里巴巴國際站嘅一啲服務嘅。好，等等啦，唔好意思。好，咁首先咧，同大家咧分享下啦，因為咧估計咧可能咧有好多一啲朋友仔啦，或者供應商啦，其實咧都可能咧有做緊出口呢一段時間嘅，或者之前一路都係做緊出口。咁但係咧，其實咧喺我諗都真係幾年前啦，係啦，5、6年前咧開始咧去見客啦，或者同客傾偈嘅時候咧，佢都話Carmen啊，而家咧啲單好似細咗咁樣喎，係啦，同埋咧而家咧有啲客咧，其實揾我哋咧，可能咧其實之前係完全冇接觸過嘅，係啦，甚至乎而家咧佢哋接觸好多一啲電商嘅客，即係一啲譬如話可能係 Amazon 啊或者係 eBay 開店，就揾佢 as the 上游去入貨咁樣。咁所以咧其實咧我哋而家成個供應鏈路咧都係有一個轉變嘅。咁喺呢一個圖上面咧，好想俾大家睇到咧，其實都好清晰咧，見到咧有2個地方有唔同。第一個地方你見到傳統外貿咧呢一個位置咧，其實以前咧就有好多中間商啦，我哋叫做即係譬如話可能做生產做廠家就真係做廠家。咁香港我哋嘅角色比較特別啦，好多貿易商啦，咁然後就可能會再俾一啲可能叫進口商批發商，跟住先可能去到呢個零售點，然後就賣俾 end user 咁樣嘅。咁而家咧，其實因為嗰個好透明啊，坦白講係啦。咁大家上網揾嘢都好方便。咁而家其實基本上咧，引申到係啲咩咧？就譬如話，可能其實咧啲中間商都基本上冇晒㗎啦。譬如話，如果我哋比較貼少少啦嚇，大家都喺香港，我諗可能有機會有買淘寶嘅。咁有時可能我上淘寶買嘢咧，有時我覺得我其實可能都同緊個廠家調，因為可能佢哋自己都已經做生產之餘，自己再開店去賣產品。咁所以咧呢一個圖片咧，想話俾大家聽咧，而家其實嗰個跨境電商或者喺電商上面咧，即係一個唔同嘅演變啦嚇，一個傳統嘅貿易到而家呢一刻，究竟係咪仲係行緊咁樣咧？咁呢個可以俾大家去即係一個資料啦去睇下。好，咁另外咧呢一度咧，其實都會講一講咧一啲咧我哋叫做全球一啲紅利流量啊，或者係做一個電子商貿咧，啲客成日都會問我哋，喂，有咩市場好做？又或者我哋會見下嘅時候問佢，咦，你做緊咩市場咁樣？咁其實一般嚟講咧，而家全世界咧佔一個比重咧都係比較大咧，係美國啦。歐洲啦，咁歐洲都好多涵蓋好多地方啦，同埋中國，咁咧佔咗全球咧嗰個比率咧係66%嘅，咁所以其實話咧大家都話我做開歐洲美國咧係冇錯嘅，因為呢個都係一個比較大嘅傳統市場，係啦，咁所以你見到咧，譬如話可能咧。你見到一啲買家形態國家分佈嘅趨勢咧，我哋特別括住55%同54%，美國係55啦嚇，英國係54啦。一啲比較傳統嘅市場咧，其實佢哋嗰個增幅啊，喺零售商個增幅咧都係比較高嘅，係啦。咁就係點解解釋翻點解佢哋可能佢哋個購買力係即係佔咗全球，即係呢頭先我講中國、美國、歐洲已經係佔咗66%咁樣。咁所以呢啲咧會係本身係一啲可能係。傳統國家比較一啲優勢啦嚇，因為佢哋可能有大嘅購買力啦。咁但係咧呢一個圖咧，想俾大家睇下嘅，因為有時咧我哋都會問啲客咧，你有冇做一啲其他市場，甚至乎可能我會問下佢哋，因為世界好大啦嚇，咁可能我做開美國市場、歐洲市場，咁歐洲市場可能都係可能做德國啊、 法國啊咁樣係啦。咁其實有冇做下芬蘭啊或者挪威啊或者丹麥啊咁樣？咁其實所以咧，其實喺互聯網上面咧個 coverage 可以大好多嘅，甚至乎咧我哋近少少講東南亞啦，其實嗰個電商嘅升幅都好大。譬如好似之前我哋有分享過啦嚇，不過呢個數據都係可能幾年前泰國可能係已經講緊升緊400%咁樣係啦。咁所以呢一個圖咧想話俾大家聽咧。一啲新興嘅市場咧，其實咧，如果喺呢個 RTS 採購上面咧，其實佢哋嗰個升幅係會比較大嘅。咁你又會問啦，喂 ，RTS 係啲咩咧 ？Carmen 係 stand for 乜嘢啊？其實 RTS 咧，其實咧全名咧就叫 Request for Quotation。Sorry，Ready to ship 啊，sorry，我 mix up 咗 Ready to ship。咁 Ready to ship 咧，其實咧就係話咧，因為我哋平台咧本身咧係主要係做好多一啲OEM 啦，或者可能做生產嘅客，佢會喺我哋上面去開一個店鋪，咁從而就令到佢可以認識到啲海外買家同佢做貨啦。咁但係頭先講過啦，而家係越嚟越透明啊嘛，咁我哋都要諗下你嘅買家或者你嘅下游願唔願意擲咁多貨咧，或者係咪佢可能有一啲好我哋叫 kickstart 嘅買家咧？頭先講過我有啲客戶。以前咧佢都冇接觸到一啲，譬如話，我想自己而家開 Amazon，我已經或者開緊啦，想同你攞貨咁樣，都冇接觸到嘅。咁但係因為而家嗰個情況啦，或者個 market 都唔同咗，咁所以呢個 ready to ship 咧，就其實正正咧就係話，如果當你有一啲產品可以15日內發貨，係啦。而且咧係你可以擺上去線上直接交易，因為阿里巴巴我哋自帶咗有 payment gateway 嘅，咁亦都有物流嗰個配套去 support 嘅，咁你就可以用呢個 ready to ship 嘅功能。而且呢個 ready to ship 其實我哋都行咗，我諗有大概係3-4年啦。咁所以 that's why 呢一個數據就俾大家知道，其實一啲可能譬如話我哋叫小眾啲啦，或者我哋叫做新興市場咧，其實佢哋 willing 去用呢個 RTS 去落單嘅。好，咁呢度咧有一個畫像咧俾大家睇下嘅，咁因為咧好多時咧買家啦，sorry，即係 supplier 或者買家啦，佢哋都好想知道，咦，究竟而家有啲咩類型嘅客戶係啦，其實係做緊呢一個 business，咁或者我又咁樣講啦，其實咧喺Alibaba.com 上面咧，我哋可以咁樣去界定啦，就係我哋都有幾種模式嘅買家係啦，喺上面去揾嘢嘅。係啦，第一種咧，頭先講過一啲我哋叫創業家啦，譬如話年輕啲嘅佢哋我諗喺 pandemic 嗰段時間咧，即係疫情嘅時間咧，其實真係好多客戶咧自己，譬如話可能開 Amazon 啦，或者開 AliExpress 啊咁樣，係去自己開個店去賣嘢嘅。咁呢一啲客戶咧，其實我哋就叫佢做為之一啲可能係一啲小型啲嘅創業家啦。係啦，咁相對嚟講咧，佢就冇可能話，我一嚟就同你買一隻櫃啊，或者我一嚟就可能同你要5000件啊咁樣就難啲嘅。咁但係咧，佢哋翻單嘅時間週期比較快，咁所以呢一啲客咧，其實咧我哋咧就叫佢做小批量嘅客戶，係啦，咁就可以走 RTS 市場。即係如果你可能譬如話，我係做 trading 嘅，咁你可以 target 呢一啲audience 去做嘅。好，咁另外一種咧，我哋就係叫一啲小型嘅零售或者批發商啦，即係話其實佢可能有線下嘅鋪頭啦，或者佢仲係供緊貨俾線下，因為咧都咁講嘅，如果其實譬如話大家去歐洲啊、美國啊。就你都知可能地方好大啦，唔係話好似我哋香港咁啊，落去下邊就有間71啊，行去對面就可以去 shopping 啊咁樣。咁可能每一個唔同嘅鎮啊或者地方咧，其實佢哋都係仲有一啲店鋪係行緊即係線下嘅，咁都會有一啲小型嘅零售商或者批發商喺上面去做採購。咁但係咧，而家其實講真咧，漸漸咧都多咗一啲客戶咧，譬如可能歐洲咁樣啦，佢哋自己開 shop 嘅，係啦，佢自己都會上去阿里巴巴做 sourcing 嘅。我曾經有個客係做啲 cashmere 嘅頸巾咧，佢話芬蘭嗰邊咧有客即係有人直接揾佢去落單，係啦，但係個單唔係話好多嘅嚇，大概可能幾十條咁樣，咁但係佢就話其實我自己都係開鋪貼嘅，咁所以我哋而家都想去周圍 sourcing啊，揾一啲唔同嘅貨源咁樣咯。咁另外第三種咧就係一啲大型嘅買家啦，或者一啲貿易商啦，即係譬如話佢哋係需要，譬如一啲大型嘅連鎖嘅一啲零售商、一啲品牌商啦，或者零售商啦，let's say 我話 Macy 啊、Walmart 啊呢啲咁樣，咁呢啲其實咧佢哋個採購嗰個量就會大啲咯。咁所以咧呢個圖咧就想話俾大家聽咧，其實我哋嘅平台上面咧係有兩種做法嘅。第一種做法咧就係 RTS，你可以直接擺上去賣，甚至乎而家有啲客做 drop ship 啦，或者喺國內叫做一件代發咁樣咯。咁另外第二種咧就係傳統貿易嘅模式啦，就係做貨嘅，即係需要做生產啊、定製化咁樣嘅。 好，咁呢度咧下一版咧，其實咧都想講下咧。我哋都有時同個客咧去 brainstorm 咧去諗嘢，譬如話，你擺啲產品上去點樣 eye catching 到個客啊？你個網店應該點樣啊？咁我哋其實咧而家都會同個客去傾呢樣嘢咧，但係咧有啲嘢咧我哋都要知道嘅，譬如就係話咧，其實基本上成個互聯網咧，其實個滲透率咧全球啊個互聯網人數係48億啦，咁個互聯網佔有率咧係62.5%佔全球人口，而且咧而家咧。嗰個 new generation 啦，我哋叫即係新一代係比較多啲嘅，係啦。咁我日常化啲打個比喻啦，譬如我而家自己可能都線上買嘢啦，係咪先？可能喺 KTV Mall 啊買嘢啊，或者點樣啦，係啦。咁基本上唔知大家會唔會啦。如果屋企有老人家咧，可能阿媽都話：阿女你幫我買啦，你上網要買咩啊？買米啊，買豉油啊，買油啊咁樣。阿女你幫我落單啦咁樣，係啦。咁其實咧。基本上後生嗰啲都係機不離手噶啦，咁咪即係好啊，就去做呢件事啊，幫佢落單咁樣。咁所以其實喺新一代嚟講咧，佢對於互聯網啊或者線上購物啊呢樣嘢咧，其實係唔係一個新常態，亦都唔係新嘅一樣新嘅嘢咯，係啦。咁所以 that's why 其實喺咁嘅情況底下咧，我哋都發現。而家喺一啲海外嘅一啲採購嘅買家咧，其實佢哋都係年輕化嘅，甚至乎好似阿里巴巴咧，我哋本身有2個 device 嘅。當你譬如用阿里巴巴嘅時候咧，你會有一個叫做你哋嘅網店啦，係啦，呢個網店有 PC 端啦嘅 device 啦，亦都有呢個手機端嘅。咁而家基本上咧都拉平㗎啦，係啦。咁其實用手機嘅人去買嘢都係非常多，係啦。甚至乎我哋自己喺網上購物，我諗大家都未必會特別去開個 PC 端啦嚇，手機其實已經可以做晒。咁所以呢一個咧，其實大家可以留意下，究竟而家就算唔好話做唔做網店啦，你公司嘅網站或者你嘅一啲我哋叫digitalize 嘅一啲推廣，究竟係貼唔貼到個市場咧？咁呢個係可以去思考下嘅。好，咁然後咧又想講下咯喎，咁阿里巴巴我哋上面咧，其實咧平台上面咧有好多唔同五花八門嘅產品嘅，係啦，有時同個客講啦，大至到拖拉機啦，細至到可能一粒螺絲都會有。咁呢1-2年啦，我哋都做過無數咁多個 sharing 啦。咁的而且確咧，我哋都會做一啲梳理，譬如話咩產品比較多人揾啊，咩產品比較熱銷啊，即係多人買啊，或者個交易係比較好啦，係啦。咁呢度咧大家可以睇一睇嘅，係啦。咁因為其實阿里巴巴咧，我哋咧本身 Alibaba.com 啦，咁我哋都會有一啲大型嘅活動嘅，譬如係3月同9月，我哋有個叫新貿節啦，係啦，就會係俾一啲譬如促銷個買家等佢喺線上去落呢個訂單俾我哋嘅供應商嘅，係啦，就等同於我哋啱啱過完，譬如如果大家因為淘寶、天貓都係阿里巴巴集團旗下啦，咁大家有聽過雙11啦，呢啲節日其實我哋會係特別去落多一啲promotion啊，或者係做一啲促銷啊，令到係嗰個交易量會提升啦，係啦，咁所以你會見到譬如話活躍買家，尤其是喺前2年大家都少出去啦，咁又亦都出唔到去啦，行展覽又行唔到啦，咁基本上如果係要繼續做呢門生意嘅，咁可能都係要喺線上度揾㗎啦。咁所以反而咧嗰個唔好話好大增幅啦，但係起碼就都 keep 到嗰個水平啦，係啦，冇話去即係跌啦咁樣。咁你可以睇到咧呢度咧有一啲唔同嘅行業嘅，因為其實行業好多，有時啲客都問嘅，喂而家有咩好買啊？有咩好做啊？其實啲客咧，佢成日都話，我而家咧唔知做咩產品好啊！呢樣真係好真心講啦。咁所以有時佢都話，喂，有啲咩數據？咁其實咧，一般嚟講咧，電子產品咧，消費電子啊 ，consumer electronics 啊，呢啲都係一貫都喺平台上面係都係賣得比較好嘅。咁另外服裝啦，係啦，汽車配件啦，運動家電零啦，家電零又係上得比較多嘅，唔知係咪可能大家出唔到去，咁可能都會喺屋企度即係做下個家電零啊，整下園藝咁樣，係啦。咁所以呢啲咧，你會見到咧，大概咧佢同比個 YOY 都係有一定嘅升幅嘅。咁其實我哋仲有一啲報告嘅，不過今日因為真係講唔到咁多，如果有需要，你哋可以揾翻我哋同事。譬如話可能消費電子咧，因為呢個好大個 cat 嚟嘅，咁你話喂消費電子 Carmen 咁裏邊係咩產品啊咁樣，甚至乎譬如話服裝咁樣，服裝係我記得係應該係 baby product 跟住男裝咁樣，係啊，咁我哋有個即係我哋有個報告啦，係啦，如果大家有興趣可以再同我哋同事去了解啦，或者去查詢翻咁樣，係啦。咁呢度咧我都即係分享下啦，因為咧唔知大家都知道啦，而家歐洲嗰邊嘅能源啦都比較緊張啦，係啦。上次同個客傾偈咧，原來咧即係講開咩產品好做啦嚇，原來咧國內咧好多供應商已經好前瞻啦，喺5月份啦， 今年嘅5月份啦，已經開始出緊一啲譬如話暖包啊，或者係唔係嗰啲譬如 USB 嗰啲齋手會發熱啊，總之識發熱嘅暖嘅嘢咧，其實都已經一路出緊口咁樣。咁所以其實係咯，即係已經可能已經運到過去啦。而家咁因為你知道可能嗰個能源問題啦咁樣，咁所以 that's why 其實有時有啲客咧都好早咧就會食到個風口位咧，就可以即係幾唔錯啦嚇。好。咁啊頭先講啦，咁2020年一啲買家嘅採購行業咧，咁我頭先有特別提到園藝啦，因為咧其實見到園藝啊真係升咗好多嘅，係啦，咁甚至乎頭先冇提到嘅，不一啲係假髮啦，係啦，即係一啲假頭髮啦嚇，亦都係一啲比較 top 嘅一啲hot sale 產品嚟嘅，係啦，咁所以呢個咧其實咧都可以話翻俾大家聽，譬如話based on 呢一啲咁樣嘅產品，點解佢個升幅會咁咧？咁可能大家都會去反推翻，會唔會係因為真係去唔到一啲旅行啊？咁一啲戶外用品啊，或者係寵物用品啊呢啲啊，都會係即係去上升翻咁樣。咁呢一個位咧，如果大家有興趣嘅，之後可以聯絡翻我哋頭先講過，就可以俾翻個報告，大家可以再細分多少少咩行業咁樣嘅。好，咁接下嚟咧，我就講下Alibaba.com 嘅平台啦。咁Alibaba.com 咧，其實咧就都有20年嘅啦。咁係阿里巴巴集團咧第一個業務、第一個平台嚟嘅，係啦。咁所以 that's why 咧都好想同大家講下，因為有時我哋去見客戶咧，客戶都會問：咦，你係咪淘寶啊，Carmen？或者會唔會可能可以做到內銷啊？咁樣係啦。咁其實咧，我哋都有分唔同嘅 BU 啦。咁今日我哋介紹咧，就主要係一個我哋叫跨境嘅一個業務啦，係啦，跨境電商就 cross border 嘅。咁但係咧，點解會特別 show 呢一張圖咧？因為你知啦，做電商咧，其實就每時每刻都變嘅，係啦。可能咧，我哋咧今個月講緊呢樣嘢咧，下個月有一啲新嘅嘢啦。咁所以其實喺成個平台裏邊咧，個演變咧，由最初阿里巴巴你當佢係一個信息一個匹配平台啦，即係譬如話，我咧就係生產嘅，我將我產品擺上去，咁你係買家嚟嘅，哇，大家就可以喺上面去認識大家啦，從而咪可能再傾咯咁樣。當其時就係一個信息平台啦。咁去到咧中後期咧2.0嘅時候咧，其實咧我哋咧都有做到交易平台嘅。咁咩意思咧？就即係話，因為好多時我哋都會做啲調研啊 survey 就係問，究竟個買家佢落唔落單係有咩原因係驅使到佢即刻落啊？定係做咩佢唔落單啊？定係有咩問題啊？咁樣咁所以 that's why 咧，其實咧後邊我哋因為公司都會有一啲escrow 啦、payment gateway 啦，所以其實咧都會有埋呢個交易平台，即係話而家成個阿里巴巴咧就係你可以叫做 one stop solution 啦嚇，由你識到個買家，去到你去同個買家喺平台交易嚇，甚至乎個物流咧都可以喺線上去完成嘅。咁而家咧第3.0啦，我哋講緊就係數字化平台啦，係啦。咁好多時都大家會講 big data 嘅，譬如話你擺產品上去有啲咩 keywords 擺落去啊，有幾多交易啊，個買家睇你啲乜嘢，或者有冇啲留言啊，呢啲基本上你個 transaction 呢啲基本上都會喺個平台上面去反映出嚟。正我哋其實成日見客咧，都同個客講咧，有好多香港嘅客戶咧，可能做咗30-40年嘅，咁但係咧其實佢好即係好專注去做佢個 business， 但係佢冇將佢嗰個數據量化到出嚟嘅，因為買家有時真係唔識你，咁佢係從一啲譬如話有咩 detail 所以睇到，即係等於我哋去旅行咁樣啊，我未去過清邁咁樣，咁我要訂嗰個酒店，我一定要睇下人哋留言啲咩啦，係咪先啊？或者有冇啲乜嘢嘅 reference 去睇？咁如果喺呢方面咧，如果完全冇一個 reference 咧，咁就好難去俾到買家個信心啦，或者一個資料俾佢去考量咁樣咯。咁所以而家我哋成個平台都會有一個唔同嘅變化。咁Alibaba.com 咧，其實咧我哋主要咧就係面對啦海外唔同嘅市場嘅，咁所以咧成個平台咧，其實咧而家嚟講咧，我哋會有3億個註冊嘅會員啦，係啦，咁有1億7千萬個嘅產品啦，係啦，因為產品係好多好多唔同類型嘅，係啦，你當我哋係一個好大嘅 marketplace 咁樣啦，上面有唔同嘅五花八門嘅類型嘅產品。咁另外主要咧，我哋係英文去做一個present 啦，係啦，但係咧我哋有唔同嘅一啲 multi language 嘅，包括譬如話意大利文啊、法文啊等等啦、韓文啊、泰文等等，係啦。咁行業就超過40個啦嚇，咁產品類別咧亦都係超過5900個，所以其實上面咧就係一個好大個嘅一個你當 search engine 啦，係啦，但係就主要係 for B 端啊，或者係做生意 嗰個性質會比較多嘅。好，咁咧呢度咧會講咧，我哋本身阿里巴巴會開一個全球官網，幫個客開個全球官網嘅。咁點解會特別要俾呢個 slide 咧？因為我有時都去見客咧，或者好多客戶我哋都見到咧，可能去做出口啦，但係自己暫時冇網頁嘅，係啦，咁又亦都冇網頁啦，或者冇擺喺一啲其他平台啦嚇，唔一定係我哋嘅，但係其他平台都好少嘅。咁喺咁嘅情況底下咧，其實呢個就要諗一諗啦，因為啲買家點揾到你咧？係啦，就算唔上我哋度，咁喺市場上點揾到你咧？嚇，咁呢個第一個即係呢個第一個情況啦。第二個情況就係有啲有網站嘅，但係咧個網站咧個產品咧真係好耐都冇 update 啦。譬如有個客係做電話嘅嚇，咁佢個嗰個網站仲係擺緊 Nokia 8310。係啦，咁我諗應該都係冇得賣㗎啦而家，咁所以但係呢啲就變咗係個 impression 咯。如果你擺得太耐啊，又唔更新咧，其實就唔係咁好。咁呢度其實阿里巴巴有兩個 device 嘅，所以就係話有一個 PC 端啦，同埋一個手機端，咁就令到你可以同埋比較 user friendly 啦，同埋我哋上面有一啲 payment gateway，基本上都 plug in 晒嘅。譬如話你付款嘅一啲工具啊，甚至乎嗰個物流啊，基本上都會有晒㗎啦。咁頭先有講過啦，我哋有多語系啦，係啦，咁就貨翻俾唔同國家嘅一啲客戶去做sourcing啦嚇。譬如俄羅斯啊、日本啊呢啲客咧，佢哋就比較中意用翻 mother language 嘅，even though佢 send 個 enquiry 俾你咧，都係可能用翻日文嘅。咁但係我哋有一個叫做翻譯功能嘅，咁到時可以喺上面去同個客去溝通翻咯。好，咁呢度咧，因為咧其實功能好多啊，我今日都濃縮咗啲時間，我諗咧大家都好有興趣想聽美國買家嘅分享啦，咁所以我今日濃縮咗啲時間，我會講幾樣一啲比較我哋 core 啲嘅一啲服務啦，或者係一啲我哋係比較王牌嘅服務啦，係啦。咁頭先講過啦，我哋有一個服務叫 RFQ 啦，係啦。咁 RFQ 其實咧就係咩咧？就係全名叫做 Request for Quotation， 係啦。咁 RFQ 本身呢個設置咧就係話咧，因為本身有啲買家咧，佢哋需要去揾一啲產品啊。咁當然啦，佢可以喺平台上去搜尋，咁然後揾個供應商，咁咪再傾咯。咁但係有啲咧，其實咧佢可能同一時間揾緊好多產品，咁佢就可以將佢哋嘅需求咧就放上嚟呢度，咁令到一啲咧，譬如話供應商咧，你睇到譬如話，喂，我而家咧要一個水杯，係啦，個水杯咧就要粉紅色嘅，要點點點嘅，我就要5000個，你做到咧就嚟揾我啦。咁當然有啲 criteria 啦咁樣。咁所以呢一個功能咧就比較主動啲嘅。我哋嘅供應商咧可以主動去報價俾呢啲買家，係啦。咁基本上每日都會有嘅。咁我其實會叫啲客咧，唔該你每日都上去睇下啦，好似 check email 咁啦，有冇新㗎？因為其實全世界都有人會 post 嘢嘅，係啦。有啲國家有時我哋睇咗都唔知係邊個國家嘅，即係都唔識嘅嚇。咁所以呢一個功能係幾好嘅，你可以主動去揾個買家。好，咁然後咧，另外一樣咧就係頭先講啦，嗰個我哋有個 payment gateway 咧，就叫 trade assurance， 係啦 ，trade assurance 信用保障，係啦。咁因為咧其實咧海外買家咧係隔山買牛啊，即係佢唔係真係見到你啊，唔係話大家見到面去買。咁所以其實佢哋喺線上去做採購嘅時候咧，佢都會有啲 struggle 咧。喂，究竟呢個人係咪真係同佢交易咗會收到貨㗎咁樣？咁然後你哋又會擔心我收唔收到錢嘅？其實係咯。咁所以咁嘅情況底下咧，好多時往往咧，我哋有時問啲客咧，喂，好多單其實真係唔敢落啊，或者係諗緊啊咁樣，就係咁嘅原因。咁有見及此啦，咁阿里巴巴因為頭先講得都成20年啦，咁中間一定會做啲 fine tune 啦，話要加啲咩服務落去，令到個買家佢係覺得喂有保障咁樣啊，或者大家雙方覺得有保障，咁可以平台上面交易。咁所以呢一個功能咧，主要係俾到買賣雙方一個trust 啦，咁喺上面去做交易。而且咧好重要一樣嘢咧，好想同大家分享就係咧，其實而家都好多時叫我哋嘅供應商咧，盡量有機會就喺線上交易，因為點解咧？呢啲係數據嚟嘅，係啦，去沉澱你自己嘅數據。因為有陣時咧有人同你買嘢講一啲好評啊，或者有一啲咁嘅記錄咧，就好過你講10句、20句、50句。咁所以呢個咧都係要一啲時間去累積啦，咁所以 that's why 我哋都會建議個客盡量啦。如果你話喂個買家又有呢個 intention 嘅，就喺線上度交易咁樣咯。咁呢個就本身已經有。咁至於個交易嗰個支付方式咧，我哋都 support 好多唔同嘅即係一啲付款嘅，譬如話 Visa 啊、Mastercard 啊、TT 啊、 Apple Pay 啊、PayPal 啊呢啲我哋都會 support 嘅，係啦。甚至乎如果個客想俾翻佢自己 currency 咧，譬如因為咧喺上面阿里巴巴嘅交易咧，大部分我哋唔係大部分啦，基本上你都係設置美金嘅，係啦。咁 as long as 你做咗嗰張 order 之後咧，我哋就會發俾個買家，咁個買家就會 confirm 呢張單。咁佢到時可以揀，譬如去俾歐羅啊、俾英鎊啊、俾加幣啊咁樣，咁就佢到時就再自己揀。咁所以呢個其實都係非常之完善嘅一個功能啦。好，咁咧就呢度咧又都會再希望再同大家 recap 一次啦，因為咧功能咧我就唔講太多啦，因為如果大家有興趣咧，之後可以我哋再大家約個時間啊，歡迎過嚟我哋阿里巴巴寫字樓啦，或者我哋去拜訪大家。咁反而咧我哋好想俾到客戶咧知道一樣嘢咧，就係咧其實去做電子商貿啦，除咗你去揾一啲買家之後咧，都係點樣去打造你哋公司一個團隊啦，或者去轉型嘅，係啦。因為好多客戶其實都係做緊一啲現有客戶啦，係啦，或者喺有去展覽會啦，咁呢啲都係好好啦，當然係啦。咁但係咧都可能要諗一諗一啲新嘅 tools 啦嚇，點樣去揾多啲一啲或者你未接觸過嘅市場啦，或者買家咁樣。咁所以阿里巴巴呢邊咧，我哋其實希望咧可以，尤其是香港呢邊啦，我哋希望可以個客咧，我哋都有好多唔同嘅 training 嘅，希望佢可以對於電商有一個重視度啦，或者係去即係可能或者建立一啲電商團隊啦嚇。因為如果你話 compare 翻香港咧同國內咧，咁我哋本身香港個電商個模式都係比較慢少少嘅，咁所以我哋其實有好多唔同嘅資源啦，希望可以 support 到。咁好似譬如我哋香港呢邊咧，每個月咧我哋都會有 training 嘅，咁大概一個月你預大概2至3次咁樣啦。咁有 basic training 啊，有 advanced training 啊咁樣。咁所以呢個咧都係大家唔使擔心話，我只要你肯問啦嚇，我覺得你肯問，你想真係做嗰件事，或者都有啲資源會投放嘅，咁我覺得係可以高呼到嘅一樣嘢。好，咁就呢度咧就頭先回應翻上面一版啦，就係譬如話，究竟我做電子商貿，我需要做啲咩咧？譬如話一啲 P4 一啲流量啦嚇，流量呢樣嘢咧都係緊要嘅，因為有時同個客講咧。你開間鋪頭喺時代廣場，咁如果你能夠可以開到喺1樓嘅，咁梗係1樓啦。如果唔係，咪13樓咯，係咪？咁或者又咁講啦嚇，我就算開喺邊一個地方都好啦，嗰個鋪頭可能有啲人都會揾啲姐姐派下傳單咁樣。咁所以流量呢樣嘢係即係好必要嘅。係啦，咁所以呢樣嘢我哋都會喺做電商嘅時候同個供應商去講啦嚇，有啲咩用處啦，點解一定要做呢件事啦，等等，係啦。咁另外咧，我哋都會有一啲唔同嘅一啲譬如話頭先講有啲 training 啦，譬如話如果個客戶佢哋本身自己係有 sales 同事嘅，亦都有營運同事嘅，咁我哋會有一啲唔同嘅課程啦，咁佢哋可以參加啦。咁而且咧，阿里巴巴咧都係幾特別，因為我喺度都10幾年啦。咁我哋係去過好多次一個叫產公營嘅，就係去3日2夜翻去呢個深圳，係啦，老闆加員工一齊去，係啦。咁翻到去之後咧，大家咧都好 amazing 啊！哇，點解我會可能去到3日2夜？去完3日2夜之後有啲咩得着？嚇？對於公司嗰個人員架構啊、個設置啊、點解做電商啊等等咧，都會我哋叫開眼界啦。即係當然啦，唔係我哋去講啦，我哋會請一啲講師去講啦。咁啊，或者一啲國內講師啊、香港講師咁樣。咁所以其實係成件事係會有一啲藍圖俾到大家嘅。咁大家唔使擔心話好似嗰件事 walk alone 咁樣。係啦，咁呢個圖就希望啦，俾到一啲信心大家。好，咁然後咧，我咧就用好快嘅節奏咧、速度啦，去介紹咗今日阿里巴巴嘅一啲服務啦，或者我哋個平台上面而家嘅一啲功能啊，或者趨勢咁樣，係啦。咁咧就都好希望啦，頭先講過啦，如果大家對於以上嘅一啲分享或者服務或者想要翻個 PPT 嘅都冇問題嘅，咁可以而家咧掃一掃呢一個 QR code。咁咧掃咗 QR code 之後咧，我哋就會有同事咧去聯絡翻你，咁而且咧就會係都可以俾翻個行業報告嘅，因為其實我諗好多客都有唔同嘅行業噶嘛，係啦，譬如話可能做電子，我做power bank 嘅，或者我做加盟嘅都唔同啦咁樣，咁所以 that's why 我哋都會係有唔同嘅行業報告咯，咁就大家我停留少少時間先，俾我飲啖水，咁就可以掃一掃 QR code，好嘛？好，有冇咩特別嘢？咁我先後。你要OK，咁我大概俾1分鐘時間，我都飲啖水先啦。 好，睇下 chat room 有冇咩特別先。咁咧一陣間我哋都有個 Q&A 環節嘅，係啦，咁就可以到時再提問啦，係啦。我見到有啲朋友仔都有提問嘅，咁一陣間我哋可以一次過再同你哋溝通。好，咁接落嚟咧就應該大家係咪都掃咗？有冇咩特別 remind？有冇嘢 ？OK， 好，咁應該大家我諗都掃咗噶啦。咁咧，咁下一 part 咧，我哋今日咧就非常開心啦，請到2位朋友係啦，咁啊一位就現時喺泰國啦，係啦，咁啊所以啱啱出 trip 咧，我哋就可以今日搞喊啦。如果唔係咧，美國呢邊咧應該而家係12點，我諗12點零啦，1點鐘夜晚係啦。咁所以我哋今日請到2位朋友去同我哋分享啦。咁佢哋咧其實本身咧都係好有 experience 啦，喺關於呢個即係呢個國際貿易去做採購嘅時候，亦都係我哋有用我哋阿里巴巴嘅客戶啦。咁所以好希望咧佢咧係將佢嘅一啲譬如經驗啊，或者佢去點樣去揾供應商啊，咁可以同我哋一齊 sharing 下嘅。Hello, Adnan and Tom, are you here? Hi. Hello. Is it you muted?
Hello.
Hi. So do you understand what I was talking about, the Cantonese speaking? I'm trying to very quickly.
I understood everything.
You understood everything. Okay, that's great. So I think I say, first of all, today is very thankful Adnan and Tom to be share your experience to our buyers. So what is your point of view, the buyer behavior when you search online, like in Alibaba platform? Also, of course, I know that you know a lot and you use a lot of our service like RTS and RFQ I just mentioned to the audience. So I may be the stage for you. Let's introduce yourself and then please sharing to our audience, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you introducing us, Carmen. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you, first of all, for everybody to be here to attend this session. I'm really excited to be here and to share some of my experiences. Just wanted to kind of share the screen to get started. Can you all see the screen okay?
Yep, I see it start sharing. So yep,
great.
Now it's okay.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, great, wonderful. Now I see that participants can see the screen. So just a quick intro to what we're gonna be talking about today. I'm really gonna highlight the opportunity in the United States market. What does the e-commerce market look like right now, and how might Alibaba help US suppliers to be able to be part of that market? So in terms of thinking about it, just wanted to first say my name is Adnan Iftekhar. I'm the CEO of Catalyst Consulting, basically, I've, in terms of my introduction, I've been working in education and entrepreneurship for about 25 years and doing a variety of different things, from teaching people how to create their own online businesses to starting my own entrepreneurial ventures, from everything from a yoga studio to selling products on Amazon and eBay, as well as working with schools on consulting projects and creating software for nonprofits. So I've done a variety of different things, and really excited to share some of my experience here. But I'm also very excited to introduce Tom, who's the COO of Catalyst Consulting. Go ahead, Tom.
And I'm honored to be here, honored to share the stage with my good friend Adnan. I'm a very similar background to Adnan. I've been teaching and growing businesses, developing ideas for about 20 to 25 years myself. And I think something I'll say over and over again tonight is that, or it's nighttime where I am, it's morning, I think, wherever everyone else is, is the idea that if we try to design for everybody, if we try to meet everybody's needs, so often we fall short. So you'll hear me say over and over again, if we design for everybody, we design for nobody. So with that, I'll let Adnan kind of kick it off, and we'll jump back and forth.
Thank you. And I also just wanted to add that Tom really provides a great insight in terms of storytelling. Tom has done some incredible work in storytelling and how to tell the story of a business and how to tell the story of a school. And he really excels in that regard. And we help businesses to kind of create their own marketing and storylines as well. So let's just jump into what is the opportunity here in the United States. So as you might have heard, there's a lot of interesting things that are going on in the tech industry right now, especially in Amazon, Meta, Apple. There's a lot of different, currently in the news, there's some uncertainty, some instability. There's been some layoffs with Elon Musk buying Twitter and firing a lot of people over there, and some layoffs and all those other things. And Amazon's also joined the bucket, but that is something that happens all the time. There will be ups and downs in the markets, in the companies themselves, but the market itself remains incredibly strong. I mean, this chart just shows you where we were 5 years ago. Just 5 years ago, we were at $424 million in the e-commerce business. And next year, we're going to be hitting over $1 trillion. That's the first time that the United States is going to go over $1 trillion. So it's really a huge market in the United States right now, and it just keeps growing and growing, especially since after the pandemic. And talking about the pandemic, the e-commerce sales that they had, there was an acceleration that happened during the pandemic, as we all know. At the time of the pandemic, which you can see over here, right around here in March of 2020, or actually even slightly before that, it had started to creep up. And then all of a sudden, when lockdown happened all around the world, the market went up by 163% just right at that point. Now, thinking about all of the ways that was going on, we're currently, if you think about March of that year to May of that year, the same increase, the same level of increase is happening between March of this year and April of this year. So that increase, it's not about where we are on that chart, it's about how much the increase is happening. So that is going to be continuing in terms of how e-commerce sales are up in the US.
And I think we see a lot of the behavior from the US consumer, where they learned what was accessible to them when they were at home. And along with that came a quality of life and a lifestyle. More and more people aren't going back to the office, so they're at home. And they're looking to buy supplies that help them stay at home and live the quality of life. And the e-commerce market has responded and provided that time and time again.
Yeah, and work is also changing. Work, where everybody works from is very different. Like currently, I mean, I live in the United States. Currently, I'm traveling. I'm in Thailand. And even being in Thailand, I bring my extra monitor with me when I travel. So I have an extra monitor when I'm traveling, and it's a portable monitor. And it's one of those things that is that's part of my life. I can't live without having two monitors anymore. So even when I travel, I bring that with me, and I travel pretty light. I only have a carry-on and a backpack, and that's it, but I bring my extra monitor with me. And also, this light that helps me. Another one of those things. All of these things I travel with now, because part of the life is now online. Part of it is work from anywhere, play from anywhere. All of these different things are producing new innovations in ways that we can think about. How is technology, how are peripherals, how are all of these things impacting not just our home lives, but our work lives as well, especially as they're becoming one. And the industries, the companies that are really thriving, especially in the United States, are the ones that are open to hybrid work, that are open to work from home or work from anywhere. For example, Airbnb received 10 times more applications because they are remote first. So all the engineers that currently have been fired from Facebook and Amazon are now going to start working for companies like Airbnb, because they can work from anywhere and they don't have to be at the office. So they can have their home offices where they are. So they can have their home gyms where they are, right? So that provides another market to think about in terms of what are the things that people need in their homes that they would normally have access to at work. You have a gym at work, you have a variety of other amenities at work that you can have, like you have smoothies and other things. Those are the kinds of things that they're going to now need at home as well. And they're going to continue to do that. So again, going back over here, thinking about the pandemic increase, and not just the pandemic increase, but also thinking about 8 years ago, right? In 2014, this is where we were, and we've gone over triple where we were 8 years ago, and the sales are not decreasing at all. They just keep increasing and increasing, and we're not seeing any slowdown of this data at all right now. Just to give you a sense of the market share in the e-commerce market, as you can see, Amazon leads the way by far. Almost 40% of the e-commerce sales happen on Amazon. It's followed by Walmart. Apple is a whole nother dimension of things. They do 4% of sales, which is significant for a tech company. But and then eBay, Target, other ones are right behind that. But again, in my opinion, the platform that I know the best is Amazon. That's where I did all of my sales. That's how I made my mark in the market. And this is where the opportunity, at least that I think, lies a lot for suppliers and for buyers who are looking to get into the Amazon business. What does this all mean, right? Where are we? What are we doing? Why are we here? So the opportunity is huge, right? Like I said, $1 trillion. The first time we're going to have $1 trillion in sales in the United States is 2023. The timing is right. Right now, I started my business in 2015. This is before RTS was there, right? On Alibaba.com. I did not have ready to ship available for me. If I had, it would have made my life a lot easier. But I did not have that back then. RTS is newer than that. And so for me, thinking about in 2015, people were already saying the market is saturated. There's nothing available for you. You can't do anything anymore. This was 7 years ago. They're going to continue to say that. People are going to continue because they want less competition, right? So the timing is always right. Now is the time. And the only way the timing is right is if you take the action, because only taking action is what's going to lead to results. Tom, anything you want to add?
One of the things that I remind folks all the time is a bias towards action allows you to go ahead and take the risks, and you learn immediately. And you can start figuring out what story the consumer is wanting you to tell and how to respond. So emphasizing bullet point number 3, that bias towards action.
Bias towards action. Thank you, Tom. I'm going to talk a little bit about the key features that buyers look for in terms of looking when we're looking for suppliers. How can you as suppliers serve the U.S. market? And actually, there's only one thing. There's only one thing that, in my opinion, any buyer in the market is looking for, and that's value, right? And value can be described in many, many different ways, but it really always boils down to this one word of value, right? The 3 areas that I feel are most important in terms of thinking about value is value of communication. And to me, communication, when I started, like I said, in 2015, working with Alibaba, it might even actually have been 2014 because I launched my business in 2015. So I had reached out to 50 suppliers on Alibaba in China, in India, and I was looking at thinking about yoga mats because, again, I was trying to solve a problem for myself. I'm older and I was doing yoga and my knees would hurt. And I would always have 2 mats with me when I would go to a yoga class or teach a yoga class. And I decided that why don't I make a mat that's thicker, because there are other mats that were there that were thicker, but they cost $150. And I'm like, there's got to be a way to make a thicker mat that's not as expensive. So I created a thicker and wider and longer yoga mat, just a bigger yoga mat that was more comfortable for people who are in my stage of life. And my knees are older and all of those things. Anyways, so as I was looking to this, the first thing I did is I reached out to a lot of these suppliers, and I started doing research. So let me show you a little bit about the kind of research that I was doing. Now, back then, I wasn't as sophisticated as I became at this point. which you see on screen. Back then, I didn't have this. All I had was, notes all over the place with I had papers, I was writing things down and everything. I learned a lot through making a lot of mistakes at that point. And one of the things I learned is that I need to get organized. So this is what I use to get organized. And one of the biggest things I look at is here, and I'll walk you through this, is that this is just, how many suppliers I'm looking at. So this was my research into hydration packs, because this was another interesting thing that I was going to launch in terms of a product. And so as I was looking to launch, I was looking at the products. In terms of the supplier itself, I would look at the total revenue. How much revenue is this supplier doing per year? What markets are they serving? Are they verified? Are they, are they verified? That was very important to me. I removed a lot of the other, personal information on here. Price is there. It's a factor for me. But the most important thing for me was communication. If the communications rating is 0, my top choice, no. If the communication rating is 7.
Adnan, I'm sorry to interrupt you, because I feel very amazing to see you just share the Excel. So basically you will have you will contact each different kind of the supplier, and then you will give the rating for them, right? And and I see that you will see the total revenue and the top 3 markets. That's why we would like to let the supplier know that why you have to show this is kind of your, one of your, your represent your company is the data, and then the buyer, they don't know you, and then they have to search online. So what you can show them, right? So this is, that is make me feel amazing, because I can see you have the rating, even though they have the communication rate, and then they respond you or not, right?
Exactly, and the and it's not about responding, but it's responding to the questions, because as you can see, I had all of these questions that I would ask. I would ask, do you offer samples? How much are they? And again, I don't need to do this now, because now RTS is there. So this question is not there anymore, because RTS is there, so it's ready to ship. So if I click on RTS, I know that they have samples available for me, and I know that they can customize it. How long? I don't need to know that as well, because I know it's going to be there in 15 days if I click on RTS, right?
Yep.
So some of these questions are not relevant anymore, because the research I was doing was before RTS was created. But these were the things that were really important to me. And even back then, some of these people saying it would take 7 days, it would take 10 days, 7 to 10. So they were already ready for RTS. But RTS wasn't a feature that was available on Alibaba at that time. So these things are very important. And again, coming down over here, MOQ, what's the minimum order quantity, right?
Okay.
This was also very important for me to think about in terms of how I wanted to do it. But again, with RTS, that removes this this barrier for me.
So I also have the question. So what tools you use, the WhatsApp, or you use the Alibaba webmail, or what kind of the tools you mostly communicate with the supplier?
Back then it was Skype, but now it's WhatsApp.
Okay. I heard that maybe in US buyer, they most likely, the next question they say, do you have WhatsApp? Let at each other, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
That is, it's a lot more convenient. So if there was a way to incorporate WhatsApp into the Alibaba app, that would be amazing. Is there a way to link the two? Because that way you just have everything in one place, in one platform.
Yeah.
So that's my request to Alibaba.com.
That's great. Well, I see all the details. I think our supplier now, maybe they know that, okay, or as long as if I'm talking to the buyer, so they will rating me, or they will search all the information. Yeah.
And I have used the chat function in Alibaba.com as well, but it's just easier for me to use use WhatsApp, just because I'm using it in other things as well. It's just an easier technology platform for me. So that's my preference personally. I know other people who love using the Alibaba chat function.
Some of them, they're using the WhatsApp, because our supplier also tell, especially US customer, they will ask the WhatsApp as well. And maybe you use WeChat also,
Yes, I do. Exactly. So communication is important, right? Like I said, and that's the value. Like, when you provide value to me, when you respond to me, to the answers that I'm looking for, then I'm going to be able to just have a much better value for the time, right? Because time is the only resource you can't make more of. You can make more money, but you can't make more time, right? So for me, communication is very important. And the more people communicate, then I know that they value my time properly, right?
Yeah.
And then value is also the value of quality, right? And this to me is as important as communication, the value of quality. And excuse me, even Google values quality more, because when you see the Google searches for quality, there are 13 billion. But when you see the Google search for quantity, it's only 2 billion. So even Google thinks that quality is more important than quantity. But regardless of that, there is a huge focus on sustainability or eco products that is coming up. There's a huge focus on circular economy. How can you recycle the products that are being made? For me, of the 50 first suppliers that I worked with, I ordered 10 samples, and I chose the 10 best companies that I thought. And out of those 10 best companies, the person that provided me with the most highest quality product was the one that I went with, because I knew that it was going to last longer. It was going to get me better reviews and ratings, and I will be able to provide my customers, my clients who are going to use the yoga mat with a much better quality product that they will like. It's not about selling tons. It's about selling better. It's about selling smarter. It's about providing that value more than the quantity of things. Because especially in Amazon, the ratings and reviews are extremely important. And I know that the same thing is in Alibaba as well.
Yeah, that's true, because the comment and the comment and the transaction is also one of the criteria for the star rating. So if you are the supplier, you want to have at least you want to have the high ranking or something like that. So we will have the star rating. So this is quite important. Yeah,
it's very important. Exactly.
Yeah.
I know, Tom, that you think a lot about sustainability as well.
And I think about the consumer of today is really interested in not just getting something that they can throw away quickly. For a long time, there was an emphasis on buying one product and fixing it over and over again. And then we shifted, like in the 80s and the 90s, to where things were quick and fast. Fast fashion is all over the US today. But now the consumer, especially the young consumers who are going to make up more and more of this e-commerce market, are looking to not just buy things that are quick and fast and cheap. They want to go ahead and spend a little bit more money and have it last a little bit longer. And we see this over and over again. There's a whole fad in the US of high school and college age students and folks all thrifting and buying things that have already been used over and over again. And so it's a really interesting phenomenon that we see across our marketplace.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. And also, I'm talking about sustainable packaging as well. It's becoming very, very important to think about sustainable packaging. How can you use more cardboard, less plastic, right? What is the environmental impact? And those are other things that I think are becoming more and more as we think about climate change and everything happening in that regard. I think that's becoming more towards the forefront, especially of the large consumer group that Tom is talking about, the younger generation in the United States.
Yeah, I heard that in Germany and in Paris, they already have some criteria. For the packaging, they need to pay the tax right now. So some of our supplier, they also have to apply you have to pay the tax before you export to Germany. So I totally agree with what you're saying. This is maybe it's not. I think it's the trend, or maybe you have to do, or must to do later. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Thank you.
The other part of this value is trust, right? Communication and quality are just two portions of it. Trust is the next thing that brings the value to a close, really. And in terms of trust, for especially a first-time buyer, and you heard from some of those in the videos that were being shown, when they go to the Alibaba website, there are certain things that you are going to see that come up in trust right away, right? So on the Alibaba website, right? And I'm gonna just kind of do the demo as I would if I'm coming to the first time to the website. So yoga mats. So I'm looking for yoga mats, right? And I start searching for yoga mats, and then I start looking at all of these yoga mats, and these are all looking good. And I keep scrolling, and I realize, wow, there's a lot of yoga mats on Alibaba. I keep looking. There are tens of thousands of suppliers that are selling yoga mats on Alibaba. So what will I do to really think about how can I differentiate myself? What can I see that's going to help me as a buyer to look at this? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for verified manufacturers. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on trade assurance. And this is some of those things when you look up, when you even do a Google search on how to trust buyers on Alibaba, or on, looking for suppliers and how to do the trust, everybody will agree with me. You need to be verified and you need to have trade assurance. Those are almost the things that are going to make you stand out more in the US market's eyes, because they're going to be able to look at that and see that there is going to be trust available in that relationship right away. And as you look through these, then there'll be a much better understanding, right, of the fact that when I am spending my money, thousands of dollars that I'm going to be spending to get my first initial shipment from China to bring to the United States, if I have that trade assurance, I know that my money is safe. I know that my money is trusted. I know that this relationship is something that I'm investing in, and that the supplier and Alibaba, all three of us, are trusting in that relationship, right? And that's really part of the value for me.
So that's why sometimes, Anand, we have some supplier, so the trade assurance, they didn't on it. So means like you just mentioned about, maybe when you do the searching, you will do the shopping. So if they don't have the trade assurance, the symbol there, so maybe no one can reach him, right? So yeah, this maybe we can. Yeah, I was sharing this part to my supplier, so this is very important for them. Yeah,
it's very important. And also, I mean, the other thing is, like, when I start to refine things. So for example, I look for high quality, I was talking about. So if I look for high quality yoga mats, let me spell it correctly, high quality yoga mats. The first thing that comes up, Alibaba already recognizes that yoga mats non-sip eco-friendly is high quality. So Alibaba already knows that sustainability is part of the package, and that's what I'm looking for. So Alibaba already knows that part of it too. But yes, always verified, always trade assurance supplier. So that is an absolute must, especially in the US market.
And what I love what Anand just did is he just modeled the empathy exercise of really getting into the experience of what the consumer feels and what the consumer needs. And that's another way to build that trust and to really pinpoint it and say, as a supplier, as the person providing these products, I know what it feels like to be the consumer because I've done that work.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. And so I've talked about providing value, right? As suppliers, how can you provide value to us? I mean, I want to make sure that I provide value to you all for being here, as a thank you for being here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my process when I'm doing research for a new product, or for a client who's looking for a new product to sell on Amazon. How do I look at that, and how do I kind of think about those things in starting my research process on Amazon? So one of the ways to really think about this is I go to this place called the Amazon bestsellers list. If you just Google Amazon bestsellers, you'll get a link to the top 100 in each different category. These are the 100 items that are doing the best in all categories in Amazon. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the first area that comes up is automotive, right? So I'm going to click on see more. And when you click on see more, you'll be able to see these are the best selling through the Amazon algorithm, right? These are the best selling items that you can currently get on Amazon. And one of the things that I look for is that rating, right? Over here, as you can see, the rating is 4.5 stars. Now, and this one, number 3, is 4 stars. So it's slightly different, but the volume is much higher. And I'll talk about volume in just a second as well. But I also want to talk about ratings. When I first started my yoga mat business, I got in my, the first 49 reviews I got on my yoga mats were all 5 stars. So you see over here where you can see half, mine wasn't even half, it was all the way to the top. It was full 5 stars. And I was doing really well right from the get-go, right from the beginning. At the first 500-600 mats that I sold were gone within a couple of weeks, right from the beginning. And the 50th review I got was a 1-star review from a competitor, and it took Amazon a couple of months to realize that it was a fake review. And that 1-star review brought my 5 stars to 4.5 stars, and my sales went down by 90%.
Wow, 90%.
Overnight, 90% overnight, yes. I went from selling about 100 mats to 10 mats per day. And it was just that one little difference that did this. So I had to do a lot of different tweaking and talking to Amazon, but this is where I'm talking about. This is where reviews are very, very important, and how to be able to get quality, right? Quality reviews. And Amazon's gotten a lot better. Again, like I said, I started in 2015, right? Amazon's gotten a lot better with that. I'm sure Alibaba has improved their rating system as well. But all of these things, this is where I come to do the research. So that's a little bit on just in terms of thinking about ratings and reviews. But as I'm looking through these, as you can see, you see 4.5 stars. These are good. What I'm really looking for is, where is it?
You're looking for 5-star, right?
No, what I'm looking for is 3.5 star. So see this review, this car seat cover has 3.5 stars. And it's in the top 200. Nothing else is a 3.5 stars. Everyone is 4.5 stars. That's a lot of competition and good quality. This is not so good quality. And so this is what I want to make more of. I want to make this quality better so I can be a competitor to this person. They're in the top 100. They're doing tons of sales. And in my research, this is how much sales they're doing, right? So in the last 7 days, they've sold 3,000 products. They've done 3,000 products worth of sales in the last 10 days. If I can just get 10% of that, 300 products, and I have a good margin, I can start to put a dent into it. I could even take them over, because if I make a product that's 4.5 stars versus their 3.5 stars, I could take that number 27 spot and start doing 3,000 per week, right? So this is my thinking on how I approach on getting these different things. And for me, the way that I know how to get better is I look at the 3-star reviews. Tom, you know why I look at 3-star reviews, right?
You got to see what people are saying and who the competitors are, and you got to make sure that oftentimes a competitor will give you a low rating.
Yes, and also, like, there's not a lot of information in the 5-star or in the 1-star reviews a lot of times. The 5 stars, oh my God, this is amazing, it's incredible, it's the best. The 1-star, this was horrible, the shipping was bad, this experience was bad, it's horrible, right? You're not going to find a lot of interesting things. In the 3-star reviews, so here, let me click on the 3-star reviews. They start talking about, specifically for this one, that they're disfigured and loose. It doesn't fit on the Hyundai Elantra 2018. it doesn't fit the BM3. It does not fit all the seats. The 2 seats in the OK are front. Since my seat had one, it was not, again, I can look here to see exactly what I need to make this product better. So if I can solve these issues of the 3-star people, I'll be able to get a 4.5-star product that will compete with this at maybe a higher rating and a higher price point. So now I can go back to my suppliers and say, can you fix this? Can you make a car seat cover that can fix all of these different things? And of course, you as suppliers will say, of course we can. We can make you a better quality product because we want you to be successful.
So means like you will do, I mean, I know that you buy from Alibaba and then you sell to Amazon, right? So you will get more information from your competitor for the comments, which is maybe the product is not fit for the seed, something like that. So after that, you will go back to the supplier, and then that what is the problem right now, right? So that's why you can raise out, and then maybe they will try to please you, or maybe they really can fix it, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
And that way that allows me to make a better product. So I can supply a better product to those people who are looking for something, so that they don't have to send it back, right? I mean, that's my big thing. I don't want people to buy my product and send it back, right? Because they're not satisfied with it. I want them to have, I want there to be always 5-star reviews, or as close to 5 stars as I can get.
Yeah. So I have one question. Actually, since like you will check the data, and then you will check, the product and the competitor in the Amazon. So you also will check what is the hot sale product, right? You just show us what is the 100 of the hot sale product. So based on this data and this information, will you do different kind of the category of product, right? So you not just only do the home appliances or maybe the gift and premium, right? So you will do like what is the hot sale right now? Is it like this? So can you share it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you can look at again, the important thing is that, like all of the different markets are doing well. But the way to see, and again, if I go back here, I can show you this as well. The way to see how many sales are happening, or at least to get a sense, is if you see the ratings, you have to realize that only 1 in 10 person leaves ratings. Only 10% of the people leave ratings. So when you see something that has 92,000 ratings, that means that they've sold almost 1 million of these.
Yeah. So that's why, otherwise, if you not buy anything, and then you cannot rating or comment there, right? So it's very straightforward.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
And notice their response rate as well. 1,000+ answered questions, and so the supplier has to answer questions and has to do that communication in order to build the.
So they also will count the communication and then the response, right? Yeah. So that's why I see that they have 1,000+ answering the question. Okay.
So these are all the questions. So see, it says, will it fit the Toyota RAV4? No, sorry, but I don't feel these would be considering, because so people are answering these questions. So this is another place to also look for things that you can solve for as well.
Okay. So if you open the Amazon, the shop, and you sell there, the RTS is quite suitable for you, right? Because we just mentioned about the RTS, you can buy the small MOQ, right? And also they will send like within 15 days. So this is the way it's more easy for you to kickstart or develop the new product.
Totally. I mean, and that's what I was saying. Like back in the day, I had to ask the questions, basically saying, are you RTS? Are you ready to sell? Those would be my first questions that I would ask back in 2015 or 2014, before RTS was a thing. But now I can just check the button, and then I'll know if they are ready to sell. Yeah, ready to ship.
Okay.
If you are RTS, I'm RTS. If you're ready to ship, I'm ready to sell.
Ready to ship, I'm ready to sell. Yeah, I think the time zone, is very important, because if you're doing like 1 month or 2 months, the product life cycle, everything can change anytime. So I think it's quite critical if you, or maybe it's the advantage if you can send like within 15 days, right?
Yeah, exactly. Big advantage.
Thank you.
Of course. And so thinking about this, I just also, again, thinking about providing value to you all for being here. I just wanted to put this on the screen as well, let you know that we are going to be providing all of you, the first 10 people that are able to fill out this form, we will be giving you a free half an hour personalized session to help you in terms of expanding your business in the United States. So if you're interested in that, please fill out this form, and the first 10 of you that are able to do that, we can offer a free session to work with you and give you our consulting experience. So please take a moment to fill out the form.
So Adnan and Tom will offer 10 code, so you will have the consultation for our supplier and customer, right? So that is really awesome. I wish you guys, maybe you are the lucky one. Please fill in the form, and then the link is just shared in the chat room. So I have a few questions actually from my customer. So maybe now we are chit chat and Q&A time, okay? So what do you think? Is okay? Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I got some question. We do have the RFQ function, right? Request for quotation. So I want to of course I think I totally understand why the RFQ is important. So we have the 1,000 or maybe more than 1,000 of the supplier, a lot of different kind of product. As your point of view, so is it RFQ is the best way, or you can easy and more efficiency to post your product, and or supplier, they can contact you and they can offer what they can do? Is this the way you use most of the time for the RFQ?
I will, definitely. I think it's a really great way to reach out to a lot of different suppliers and to get requests from them that are very specifically based on what I need. So yes, it's a very effective tool to be able to do that. Yes.
Okay. Did you get any phone call before from our supplier from Hong Kong or China? They call you like, hi, and I received your RFQ. Did you see my quotation or something like that? Did you receive the call?
I do get those.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard that.
On WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't mind to leave the WhatsApp there, right? So they can contact you directly.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll put the WhatsApp in there. Yes.
Okay. So the other question is so how many percentage you use the online transaction as well, like even though in Alibaba Trade Assurance or in Amazon? So how many percentage you use, or maybe you also maybe 15% you deal with the supplier from Hong Kong or China, you will do the TT. So how many percentage they would like to know that?
How many percentage I do trade supply?
Online transaction, yeah.
Online transaction? 100%.
100%. Okay. Yeah, because some of the supplier, they still maybe doing they deal with their some buyer, which is they already have to do the operation has very, very long time. So they have to change to do the online transaction. Maybe they will struggle. Why I have to do online? I do my own business every time. It's like they got it to TT or LC. So why I have to do the online transaction? So, but I want to ask you, from your point of view, this is more protect your transaction, even though you use the Alibaba the Trade Assurance. We are building in our order to protect the the order, right? So for you, totally 100%, right?
Totally 100%. And I especially the suppliers that I build a relationship with, I will tell them, you can charge me more, but I will use trade assurance.
Oh, that's why, because
I will tell them, charge me more. I know that it costs you to do that, but for me, it's important. So I tell them, Charge
Okay.
me more, and I will use trade assurance.
Okay, so you're willing to charge you more to,
especially with the ones that I have a relationship with, because I mean, there was one supplier I worked with for 6 years, and I told them, like, charge me more. I will use a trade assurance with you. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have the handling charge to do the online transaction. So that's why you know that. And it's maybe the supplier, they told you. So if you want to move online, so you have to
I
pay.
asked them. They didn't tell me. I asked them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because again, you know, like this is what I'm talking about. Communication is very, very important. And for me, I want to know what the supplier is going through. I want to be able to help the supplier because the supplier is helping me. I want the business to be successful in both the different ways, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's
Yeah.
I think today you have a lot of insights to our customer and supplier. So also one question is a lot of supplier, they post the product on Alibaba.com. So they have the product description and I mean the picture. So even though it's the video, right? So what is the major you think is they have to improve, or you know, if you have to eye-catching the buyer. So what is the very major, I mean, important issue that maybe they have to improve, or maybe they post online will be better?
Yeah, I think Tom, you had some really great insights into like how to improve the listings. You had some really great ideas around that in terms of images and all of those different things. And so go ahead.
How Tom to I mean, when you search online, so when you see the products, so what is the first impression you were thinking like, okay, this supplier, I have to contact with them, so professional?
And I think it's if I can see myself in some of the images. So again, I think it's that empathy work where you're trying to figure out who are the folks who are going to be the best consumers of your product, and take some of those pictures, put some of those pictures out there, and make sure that, you know, the buyer can see them. That's a pretty easy thing to do. You can you know, put together a quick photo shoot with lots of different folks.
Okay, so because some of our customers still will thinking about is it I have to post more product or the picture, right? I see one audience there in the chat room, they're asking like, is it the product page detail is important to you or not? So this is what they're asking.
I think so. Whenever you look and see what are some of the specific details, because when you look at the image, you can't necessarily tell if it's you know, if you want something that's not shiny and it's shiny, and just some of those photos and details and product description can help you do that. But I think more than anything, what folks are okay with is they're okay buying something, and so that it comes to their house and they can see it in their house, and they don't have to go shopping. They don't have to go find a spot at the mall. The malls in the US are fading fast. And so there's just this benefit of being able to buy a product, have it come to my house, because that's where I want to use it.
Okay, yeah. And I saw a lot of people, they say, I want to set up the Alibaba shop, even some saying, or Amazon shop, can you help? So I think definitely you can keep in touch after the sharing, right? And yeah, I think
and we have quite a few responses so far in our response in the forum. So thank you so much. We're very excited about that. We're excited to be in touch with you and work with you some more, and really help you all in terms of setting up your Alibaba shop, and if you're interested, your Amazon shop as well.
And maybe they have more question about the US market, right? So they want to know, because I heard that after the pandemic, so many people, they work from home, even those now they still work from home, right? So you just mentioned in the beginning, now you can work everywhere as long as you have the computer, right? And maybe for your point of view, when you thinking about the product, you also were thinking about more like you can use at home, and like the blender, or you know, something like that. So it's quite interesting. Okay, so I think after the listening today, the sharing, so we have more understanding and what is the buyer they normally consider, and very good insight to our audience and supplier to reassess their current information. I think this is very important. So after that, if you take some point today, and then you can maybe try to, amendments your shop, and then you can find your target customer. So thank you so much, Tom and Adnan, because I know Tom I'm really sorry about that. What time is it? Is it 1 or 2?
1:30 a.m.
1:30
a.m.
Okay, so you look like quite good. Okay, you're not sleepy as well.
Oh.
And then you have especially pick up the red color, right? So look like more like smart and not sleepy as well. Okay, I'm just making a joke, sorry. And I'm really thank you so much. And also thank you. You light up today the sharing, and I hope you have the very good business trip in Asia. Okay. So I see some, yeah, thank you. Share. Okay. And I see some different kind of the in chat room have some message, but we will try to get back to you as soon as possible, and then we will test you or contact with you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Bye, Jan.
Yeah, let's keep in touch. Okay. See you everyone later. Thank you for joining today. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.